A consultant at NASA and the NSA gave a series of incredible statements. Over the last 12 years, Dr. Eric Norton, an external consultant for NASA and the NSA, was responsible for identifying threats coming from the space, such as asteroids and comets. However, in January 2012, he identified something serious. He noticed an enormous alien fleet heading towards the Earth. On January 22, he was invited to the McDonald Observatory, located near Fort Davis in Texas. The tools provided by this observatory helped him to notice this threatening group of UFOs. I saw plenty of huge, three-dimensional space objects, flying in a straight line formation towards the Earth. It became clear that the UFOs were technologically highly developed, because after the 3-month observation, Norton noticed that they were moving fast, passing millions of kilometers in just a couple of months. The data collected using spectroscope indicated that these objects were made of materials that are several thousand times harder than anything ever developed on Earth. Logically, this theory triggered serious worries of the research team members. Additionally, infrared spectrum pictures showed that cosmic particles were deflected by some energy field similar to the Earth's magnetic field. As the group of UFOs was traveling through the solar system, telescopes could provide more details about these flying objects. These spacecrafts are huge three-dimensional L-shaped objects. By January 2013, Mars was far behind the fleet, so it was reasonable to think that they were approaching our planet. However, they suddenly disappeared, leaving Norton with the belief that they had turned some invisibility mode on. Over the last 10 years, people have been making significant progress in the field of camouflage technique development. Therefore, it is logical to believe that advanced extraterrestrial civilization already has technology that can make their ships invisible. Another possibility is that they have changed their course. Despite using the infrared telescope, Norton and his team couldn't spot them anymore. Over the next couple of months, Norton was uptight, because not just that he didn't know where the fleet was, but he also couldn't tell what their intention was. I knew that the top level of authorities was worried about these findings, and that is why I was under constant protection of Secret Service agents. We spent the entire year of 2013 skeptically watching the skies. We didn't know what was happening or where the spacecrafts disappeared. According to my calculations, the fleet should have been so close to our planet by then that everyone could see it even without a telescope. We didn't know if they were still moving towards us, or they had already left the solar system. Almost a year later, Norton heard from his former colleague that the fleet had shown up again and it landed on the Moon, which was written in an internal report provided by Norton's colleague. Luckily, the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbital Camera photographed the object and the images ended up on Google Moon by accident. These images testify about unidentified object which has landed in a crater the size of Chicago. This means that calling it huge is not even close to an accurate description. The Department of Defense launched 3 Terrier Orion rockets from NASA's Wallops Flight Facility on January 15, 2014, which is also stated in the report. The launches were labeled as top secret, and their mission is a mystery to the general public. Dr. Norton pointed out that his discoveries might produce a dangerous effect. When it comes to revealing information to the public, I have to be careful in order to protect myself. He is also convinced that the classified information in his possession has the potential to cause trouble in public regarding the UFO phenomenon. A leak of information could cause many problems. That would mean the breakdown of all religions, as well as the breakdown of society itself. Even though Norton's statements are quite shocking, he didn't want to provide the public with a little more detail. Yet, it is understandable why, taking into consideration the level of secrecy that accompanies these reports. However, he is right when he says that the government would do anything to cover up the extraterrestrial intervention of this size. It looks like we will have our answers once the fleet lands on Earth.